Okay, I put a couple designs together here for you. This is basically based off of your drawing, and the cyan line here that goes around the property is that is 200 foot by 300 foot. So that's just to show you the size of it. And I drew because possibly two roasters in the future, I designed it with a building where you have two commodity bays, you have a building here, you have your roasting in here in this building, and you have cornmeal grinding in this building. And your bins in a row here, you have your receiving, goes into the elevator, goes to the bin or to these two whole grain bins. So one is a raw soybeans, the other is whole corn, and spout going to storage bin, and then conveyance down across the top of the storage bins. This is all preliminary design just to show, so I can put measurements and stuff, but I don't have all that together yet. I have two commodity bays drawn. They are 20 foot by 40 foot with 8 foot apron in front, which should be a 10 foot. 10 foot would bring us out the end of that building, because that building is a 24 by 54 foot building. So if we brought that concrete out to the end, 40 foot, that would give us 14 foot of concrete out in front here. There's just to show you, mixer truck parked here, and that way your payloader scoops the soybean meal, corn meal, dumps it in here. Just a layout. This is a layout. This is pretty much what I would say you had drawn. So now, looking at that, I have some other ideas. So I just threw a couple ideas together. Here, this would be not a whole lot different, but a little better, is to have the receiving conveyor coming out here, and so your trucks would all pull in here, drive alongside, and go back out on the road. And maybe we would want to move this whole system this way, 60 foot for this here. And it wouldn't be real complicated to change it so your unloading truck and your loading truck would not be in line. You'll see that in my next drawing. But this here is just a 24 by 54 building, and then a commodity bin and cornmeal bin and soybean meal bin or roasted soybean bin, and then 10-inch augers on them and Solimar fluidizers, and that way it fills the truck quick. This would be my second recommendation. Number 2 recommendation, to go this route. Economical but yet handy. You can have remotes for these augers, so the guy in the mixer truck pulls up here, he hits a remote, he never gets out of the cab, and he puts his commodities in without ever getting out of the cab. That's very handy, especially in adverse weather, when the operator doesn't need to leave the cab, no slipping on ice and falling or anything like that. So this is a route I would take for that. And yeah, my augers ain't perfect there. It's just to give you an idea of what it would look like. Same layout for bins, but receiving drag coming out here. Now, I got one other idea once I was done with this, and that is this right here. Now I didn't move my blower pipes up to the top here. I wanted to see what your thoughts are on the different designs before I go into a lot of detail, because I can get a lot of time invested. With this setup here, I have it that the feed truck going through would be right along the building, and your unloading would be out here. That way they don't interfere with each other. This would drive right across and they'll go out. There's different variations to that. Once I set on a design, then I will perfect it. Like these two bins are bumped together. Like there's a lot of minor changes to make. Again, with this design, I would again want the operator to have remotes in the cab, that when he pulls up, he hits a remote and he adds the product that he wants without ever leaving the seat. Very little add-on cost to do these options. Any of these sites, my automation company that automates my roasters could automate this whole facility, have it completely automated. That way, when a driver comes in, he hits start and it goes to where the grain goes to where it needs to go. Especially for if you ever have commodities getting unloaded here. You have a commodity truck come, you can have it preset to where it's going. That way when the truck gets here, he hits a start button and a stop button, or even have it where there's a control box where he selects the feed, the commodity he's unloading, and it automatically puts the distributor to the correct bin. But like I said, this is all preliminary design work to give you ideas. With the idea of expanding in the future to 2 roasters, I'm really going to lean that building. Also, we can make little adjustments here. We can move these roasters over. We can go in this side over here, put an electrical room that you can come in a man door here into a control room where all your electrical controls are in half the building back here on this side, and or up at this end, however you want that, probably back towards this end. And let's just move this roof out of the way for now. It's a little easier to see than through that transparent roof. And yeah, we could put the control room in here or in here. Actually, right in this side might be best. That way, if the truck driver wants to stop and check how the roasters are doing or something, you have the control room in this corner of the building, and then all your electrical for the whole system would go through those controls. You'd have room for expansion, and you could just have that hammer mill moved to where it would be out of the way of the control room there, or it'd be beside the control room. So this is what I came up with. Now let me know. There's design 1 with the commodity shed. There's design 2 with hopper bins with augers. This is design 3 with hopper bins up on a loadout structure. And this hammer mill setup I'm showing, that is a design that I sell, that we can accomplish a 180 to 200 micron. I'm just going to show you here some charts on that. I think I have, so here one of them is, it's whole corn, 186 micron. Yeah, this tells you as much as it tells me. This is a thing from Cargill, so it's a Cargill test prepared by Central Lab Services, Elk River, Minnesota. And this is what for hammer mill, that is what for quality it does. And then we're also going to look at this right here. This is a little bit more detailed. There's a full analysis. They run higher energy in this cornmeal due to not getting it hot while grinding. Here again, we have 190 micron there. Same hammer mill here, the dry matter, moisture, crude protein, starch. This stuff don't mean a lot to me. That 190 micron. And the energy level, I've been told by farmers what the energy level is what makes a big difference also, that they run a higher energy with this grinder setup without it getting warm during the grinding process. So this was done by Rock River Laboratories. That is Rock River, I believe, is in Pennsylvania, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this is the hammer mill, the what for cornmeal that hammer mill can produce. That is drawn into this. So it's the same hammer mill that we would use for the cornmeal. I mean, for the soybeans. It's just I would put another in for the corn, a separate one. So that way stuff isn't tied up so much. There's some ideas are. Let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll go from there. I had a conversation with your electrician this morning. He liked the idea of having an electrical building in here, and give me a call once you've reviewed this, or shoot me an email, and let me know which direction you want to go.